Hello, hello, hello. So, a lot of these mods, like we were talking about, have been taken down now. This was the Bad Dog UUNP collection for the Dangerous OPPAI body. Now, I checked out both the Dangerous OPPAI body and the 7 base O body, and really found that for some reason, the Dangerous OPPAI body just had smaller boobs. And I was like, does that even make sense? I don't know. Anyway, for whatever reason, it just is a little less curvy. I don't understand the idea, but whatever. It might have a little more hip to it, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, it's still a good body. You know, it's still a good female body, but it's a little more restrictive, and it kind of didn't make sense to even associate that with OPPAI and calling it Dangerous OPPAI. I thought maybe it would be something more, something different, but instead it was actually less. Nonetheless, so this is the group of armors that are associated with that. Now, as you can tell, this is what you're getting. Now, this is wait, is this Faith? I think this is Faith, right? Yeah, this is Faith. So, I've got her out here at the Mages College again, just to do the little show. This is going to be pretty quick, because we've seen all of these before, and without the helm, she does have her red hair. But, I don't see anything really new here. I mean, I think all of this is going to be stuff we've seen before. And, because this is still Bad Dog style, it's just a different body shape. I think there's still going to be problems with the crown. Oh, that crown is more interesting, but it still gives her the bald head. So there's always problems with that crown, so just don't worry about it. But that's okay. Nothing really super racy about that. That's actually just a good armor. Oh, did we leave the gauntlets off? There we go. Alright, so anyway, this is banded armor. And very much just, you know, these are pretty standard. I don't think you're going to see anything really remarkable. Some of this is a little more sheer than you're used to, so definitely this is probably a little more R-rated. I don't remember seeing any direct, you know, nudity, but then again, this is really my first time just ripping through this, so bear with me. If something happens, it happens. We've kind of gone through that before. There was really no reason. I understand why they do it. They do it almost as a punishment. They tear down everything. But there's really no need to tear down everything. A lot of this is perfectly fine. It's not. This mod could easily have been left up. It may have some flaws in it, but there are other mods that are up that have flaws, so I don't understand why this in particular was ripped down. But once the mod author, you know, had broken the rules, I guess they just take everything down. So, so I'm sorry about that. I forgot this. These bodies that they put up do have, that's why they're down. Basically, that's why they were taken down, is they do have a certain amount of nudity there. I still don't consider this any more than R-rated. It's really not a big deal. I mean, we just have to realize that the human body is what it is, and that's what they've done there, is they've made these bodies and these armors to go with them. I really don't have a problem with that. You can have whatever you want in your game. I will be removing these from my game just so I don't have issues like you just saw. You know, because I don't want those issues. I don't want to have trouble with my channel. And there's a lot of things, unfortunately, there's a lot of things about this I can't show you for that reason. Now, these are movement enabled. Yeah, I will never understand why dangerous just meant smaller boobs. That didn't make any sense to me. and I mean, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not a huge deal, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay. Anyway, These are just different boots. I don't think you're going to care about that. The brown robes. The brown robes, once you've seen one robe, you've seen them all. The chef's hat and tunic. Now, like I said, some of this is a little more sheer than normal, but not, still, in my opinion, not more than like an R rating. Nothing more than that. And most of it's just kind of PG, really, because it's just a little like a bathing suit. It's not even, most of it's not even as bad as a bathing suit, honestly. So, I mean, I don't understand some of the concern. It's not that big a deal. Here's some different clothes. These are all going to be very similar to what you've seen before, unless we see something unique. I'm not going to worry too much about it. See, this is the same bad dog stuff we've seen before. It's very good. I don't see anything wrong with it. There's some college boots to look at. There's some different boots. There's some robes here. Again, I think we've seen this. We've all seen this before. I will try to cover everything anyway, but we've seen this done multiple times for different body types. So we look at the cultist here. And if we run across something that's unusual, that's different, or something that causes us trouble, we'll just move on. Not going to worry too much about it, kind of like my earlier mistake. I'm just going to move on. We're not going to sweat it too much. This is all stuff we've seen before, so if I'm going through it a little fast, that's why. It's like there's really nothing new here. And I do want to make sure you have had a chance to see it at least, even though and they added blonde hair to all the hoods. You see that? She's got blonde hair, which is funny. It's okay, though. So we got some Dawnguard heavy armor going on here. Let me see. Let's do the gauntlets and the helmets and the boots. Okay, so we got that covered. So again, nothing unusual here. I should have just done the regular OPPAI version. I would have probably been more satisfied with that. That's just me. It's like, why even bother if you're just all you're going to do is shrink one thing? You could easily do that with the slider, so it didn't make sense to me. Of course, I'm weird. It's just me, I'm sure. But she does have a little more booty, which is nice. If you'd have kept the other and just added a little more booty, that would have been fine. And there were some variations on bodies out there, but nonetheless, I believe everything has been taken down now, even the unoffensive mods, simply because they're associated with the offensive mods. And that's the problem. When you do something like this, once they see one mod that's a problem, they just yank everything down. There's not a lot we can do about that. That's life. And that's their rules and the way they're doing. So there's nothing we can really do about that. You might notice some difference with some of these. Let me take the boots off there. There we go. But I don't think you'll see huge differences. If we run across anything that is a huge difference, we'll try to take note of that. These are the same outfits we've looked at before. It's like hooded and unhooded. Hey, did those hoods give her blonde hair? No, they don't give her any hair. Okay. Alright, so hooded and unhooded. We have the dwarven armor. Oh, this helmet is different. See, there are differences sometimes. That helmet is different. Actually, the pasties and stuff are slightly different too. I think there's a slight difference here with this dwarven version than what I've seen before. And it's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So we might see some minor differences. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think you'll see anything. Hopefully you won't see anything that you're not supposed to see here, but we will just have to deal with that. Okay, if anything happens. Like I said, you're coming through this first time with me. I have not looked at this before now, so let's see. That's Elven armor and gauntlets. Let's put the helmet on. And again, I don't think this is anything we've not seen before. Gilded armor is still the same. Then the light armor. Oh, so this is the light armor with no... It has no pants and stuff. Okay, so the light armor is truly super light. So that's interesting. So, okay. Alright. That makes your game a little more interesting, I suppose. I think these robes and garments are going to be very similar. Yeah, they're very similar to what we've seen before, just fitted to a different body. I'm not even going to bother with some of that. I guess you could wear boots. It would look a little better. I don't see anything of concern here. A little more sheerness there at the top portion, perhaps. Overall, this mod is no more than like an R-rated mod. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be on the Xbox, considering the things that are coming to the Xbox, stuff like Cyberpunk and all that, and that's going to have some things in it that I don't think they're going to be able to totally get rid of without really changing the game, and we don't want to see that. I think it's time to kind of let go of some of this babysitting and kind of just let things go. You know, people need to be responsible. Parents need to be responsible for their children, and you know, maybe come up with a way just to, oh, that is a different helmet. Is that not different? That is weird. Okay. Anyway, come up with a different way to handle things rather than just restricting everybody from being able to have things. And okay, there might be a little more open there in the front than I realized. Let's do the green robes. Let's get rid of that helmet and the boots. So, again, if you see something, just remember we're just going through this. We're just trying it out. So, I don't see anything wrong with most of this. Most of this is the same stuff, as I've said over and over. It's the same stuff we've seen before. And it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, this has the little I Dream of Jeannie look that I like better. It has the little gauzy leggings. I still don't care anything for the cape, but that's okay. This is pretty nice. Hide armor. And you even get a little helmet. Woo. Nothing special. The little butt piece has all the clipping. I think that's supposed to just be ripped, I guess, but I've never understood what the purpose was there. So anyway, so here we have hooded robes. They're all pretty much the same. We're not going to spend a lot of time on stuff like that. We have the Imperial armor. Ta-da! Kind of weird, but alright, so let's do the Imperial Light. Now the light armor, I don't care much for the helmet, but the light armor itself, if they would fix the clipping on the legs, it looks really super nice. I think it's very nice. Let's see. Bone mold, a little more bone mold for you here. I don't really like this stuff. It's this is better than most, though, I will say. We have the iron armor. Had I gotten the traditional OPPAI version down, this would have been a little nicer. This just looks kind of weird to me now. I'm so used to seeing that version. So, that's just me. Not a big deal. It all depends on what you like. You should have what you want in your game. Once I'm done with these mods, I'm gonna switch my game back to being fairly normal. And we're gonna go and do some other stuff. I have played around with the Nephilim stuff and this stuff probably long enough. By the time you see all these, you'll probably be pretty tired of all this, and that's understandable. I too get kind of over it at some point. It's like, okay, that's enough of that. Let's just move on and have some fun, you know. Not that fooling around with this isn't fun. It is in its own way. But a lot of this is very samey, you know, and that's not to put it down. It's just, we've seen Bad Dog's Armour here a zillion times. And it's very good. It's very nice. Let's see, do we have Mourners boots? I don't see Mourners boots, but this is, see, a lot of this is the same that we have seen. Nothing unusual. And here you might see a little more clipping and stuff than normal. That's just that rough minor thing. Oh, okay. Mirax's mask has an issue. It takes your head off. So let's just get rid of that. We'll just let that go. It could be because I'm using the cloth version, but I don't know. That might be a little more than we normally see on that, but it's not bad. Take the gloves off here. This is the Moth priest. Not bad. Mourner's clothes. Again, nothing we haven't seen before. Nothing really unusual. Mythic Dawn. This is the hooded Mythic Dawn, and then the other one is not hooded. I'll show you that. They both have their own appeal. Ta-da! I think these are fine as far as they go. Don't see any issue with this. I'm going to take her boots and gloves off since they don't really go with that. That's just the Necromancer robe. Just the Nightingale stuff. Oh, they actually gave that red hair and her face is gone. Do you see that? Her face, she has no eyes, no face. So there are some minor issues that would need to be fixed, but this isn't going to stay up anyway. And you can just not use the hood. It's not that big a deal. Nocturnal's clothes. Not sure about the hat. It looks okay. But this is a good version. This is another good job on Nocturnals. It's kind of sheer, but not. So that things are kind of covered, you know? And things aren't really showing through, but it looks good. Looks like sleepwear, but it still looks pretty good. So nothing really majorly different here. This is the orc, of course. An orc is an orc, of course. Okay. Some of these you might notice stuff that I did not notice, and I apologize if I did not notice something, but I was not really looking for that, and some of these I think have a little more opening than I realized. But nonetheless, for the most part, this is fairly decently well done, and this looks a little odd, a little different somehow. Not sure it's really any better though. So let's see. So let's get rid of the boots and the gloves and the hood, and we'll just switch to the ragged robes. And oh, okay. Well, we can't do the ragged robes then. All right, we'll try the ragged trousers. That's better. And this is the other ragged trousers. And I don't know why there's two versions. And anyway, we won't bother with that. So the red robes, we got red guard boots, red guard clothing. And again, I like the I Dream of Genie look. I wish they would get rid of the cape, though. But that's just me. Not a big cape fan in this game. Oh, there's the hood. Oh, nice job. Look at that. The little face knitting mask. I don't remember what you call it, but veil. There we go. Alright, so that's cool. This is the refined tunic. The rough spin tunic, or rough spun, and it's just really a skimpy, kind of a skimpy thing. Satyrs hide, that's fine. We have some scaled armor. And that's not bad. Scaled horn doesn't look much different. It's got a horn on the shoulder. I'm not even going to bother, honestly. Let's look at the skull cloth stuff. That should be cute. This could have actually just been in the game like this. It's so funny. It makes you think of an old Russian thing. That's funny. Alright, so here we go with the heavy Stalrium. You're not going to see anything drastically different, I don't think. I believe this is pretty similar to what we already see in all the Bad Dog versions. You could have got rid of the bug antenna horns on the helmet, honestly, but nonetheless, that was not even that skimpy in a way compared to some of the others. Now we're going to go with the steel here. Give me just a moment. Okay, so this is one version of the steel. And then, let's see, the steel armor. This is the version without. No, this actually has a little more coverage. Okay, so there you go. There's that version. We have the horned helmet, if you wanted to see that. We have some Nordic Gauntlets. I don't know if there's that much difference. We'll look at the plate. Steel shin boots. I don't know if that really matters. Let's look at the storm cloak outfit here. You're not going to see a lot of difference here. I think you've seen this before. And the guards will wear something similar, by and large. Let's do this. So that's the studded, which is basically just another version of hide, right? This is Bernina Robes. I don't know why we even have that. It's just I thought it might be something more unique than it is. This is Tavern Clothes. So this is the Tavern Clothes. And I don't see anything wrong with that. There's nothing. I don't see any. No? Okay. So everything looks alright, near as I can tell. I thought there was supposed to be a problem with those, but I didn't see a problem. There's more of a problem with the it's just being a little nipply there, I guess. You know, it's just a little bit much there. I don't know why we have two temple priesthoods. I never could see the difference. All this is very much the same. A little sheer right there at the. That's a little funny. We'll just move on. That's kind of funny that they did that, but that's all right. We'll do the hooded Armour. And this is pretty normal. We're used to seeing this from the Bad Dog version, and then this is the unhooded version. So nothing really amazing. This is the usual thief armor that we see with this. And then there's the dark version. I'm just going to whip through these. There's really nothing new here. The gray armor is a little different, but not super drastically different, but it is a little different. Ulfric's bracers and clothes, I think, are okay. Let's get rid of this. I think that's pretty normal for this too. And then there's the Bernina Robes. Again, just another robe. It's really not anything new and different. And then we have the Vampire Armors, and I think these are going to be pretty much the same as we have seen before. They're very nice. I like this design. I like the way they did this. It gives them something cool. And there's some variation between the versions. But we've seen all this, so I don't want to make a big deal out of it. You do get a hood and some robes if you want that. If you wanted this version of stuff. Oh, and I just took us to the map. Why did I do that? Oh my goodness, now I'm just all over the place. I'm just going wild. Anyway, so let's get rid of the hood here. She can keep the robes for a moment. This is the royal armor. There's not that much difference in this and the others. Little coloration, you know. Not a big deal. This is the wedding dress, and the sandals, and the wreath. You have to have the wreath, right? So this might be a little gauzier, a little more see-through, but really everything's covered. I mean, she has underwear and all, so it's really not bad. I think this is very similar to what we've seen before. And then there's finally the wolf armor, which, ta-da, looks fine, right? So that was it. Let me show you the mod again, even though it's gone.
Open fire! Open fire!
So, yeah, not much to talk about here. BD UUNP collection. I can tell you this was for the Dangerous OPPAI version, which, again, kind of a dumb name, Dangerous OPPAI, but it's really not very OPPAI because the boobs are smaller. I don't get it, but whatever. If somebody else understands and gets it, you can always mention that in the comments. There's probably, I'm sure it's a subjective reason, and that's fine, you know, because I just have my subjective likes, same as everybody else. So we're still going to go through and do as many of these as possible. Notice I'm carrying two bodies here. This is the real OPPAI, or 7. I guess that's really, yeah, it's 7BO. This is the real OPPAI body, even though that turned out to be the dangerous body armor. So anyway, and this one, if you have this actually allows you to have the actual nude body. Same here, it's an actual nude body. I'm probably going to go ahead and let those go because that doesn't really help me. As you've noticed in the show, it didn't really help me. It kind of worked against me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you these textures because these textures also seem to go with the idea of a naked body. I will try. I will take a look at them and see what I can do. And I'll also look at the Khajiits and Argonians textures, though I don't know what these would be and why these would be bad. But there could be something there. There could be a good reason for it. Let's see. So anyway, that's stuff to look forward to. Hopefully I'll do all this as quickly as I can. Some of it I may not be able to do, like I said. If it turns out like my little error here earlier, then I'll have to just avoid doing those. But I'll do what I can. So this was this little Dangerous OPPAI collection of BD, Bad Dogs, UUNP armors. Always very cool in their own right. I didn't see anything really hugely wrong with these. So they probably, but this is probably not going to make it back. So if you have it in your game and you like it, good for you. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Okay, as an addendum to our Bad Dog UUNP show that we did, I'm on Trixi here, and I noticed something on the forge that I haven't seen before, that you can make this ancient Draugur armor, and I thought we could try this and see what this looked like. There's basically this armor, which I suppose that's a little see-through there. We get some boots. Not sure what those boots are exactly. We get gauntlets. Are these... Oh, these are heels, but they clip really badly. So you can get flat boots, which look better, actually, and don't clip. And yeah, this is a bit of a ragged armor, I suppose. And then you have like this, which I imagine that was supposed to be on both legs, but it's only on one. But maybe that's, with the ragged appearance, maybe that's correct. And then this, I don't know if that's... I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's just a little speck. And then you do get some different helmets with hair colors, like that. Is the blonde, and you get the brunette, and you get the red. And if you take it off, you can even do the invisible. This is if you wanted to dress this way, I suppose. You do get a shield you can use. Kind of a bloody-looking, gross shield. And you do get underwear, so she does get underwear if you wanted that. Okay? Doesn't really help you up top where there's some peeking through, but nonetheless, I just wanted to share this little addendum with you because you can make this on the Forge, and it kind of surprised me that it was there, but it is there. If you have this mod, let me see if I can find it. Is it under Draugur? No. It was actually... Was it down under Ebony? Yes, Ancient Draugur is a down under Ebony, and you can make those things. So, okay, so that's all. Just a little addendum there. Nothing, no big deal. Just wanted you to have a chance to be aware of that. So, thanks again. I'll catch you later.
By the gods, there is a psychopath on the loose!